There's something special about walking through a nursery in the springtime. After the cold weather passes, you just feel that pull to get back out into the garden and start planting, or at least I know I do. So I headed over to our local nursery, Select Growers. They always do such a beautiful job with their spring and Easter displays. Honestly, it almost feels like you're walking into Disney World with all the flowers, characters, and even the music. I mean, look at this giant Easter basket, filled with colorful eggs and little bunny figures and then surrounded by all these bright pink flowers. This butterfly is a good reminder that not everything in the garden has to be flowers. Sometimes it's just adding something with soft colors and a natural feel, and it still fits right into the space. And then there's this playhouse. Kids go crazy over this. It's a good reminder that not everything in the garden has to be flowers. Sometimes just adding something with soft color and a natural feel, and it still fits right into the space. This right here, this feels like a place you'd want to sit for a while. You've got rocking chairs, the white picket fence, that little red cottage tucked in the back. And then just a few simple touches, some greenery, a couple of bunnies, nothing overdone, just peaceful. Now this head display really caught my eye. It's simple but so beautifully done. You've got that soft layering of flowers, pinks and whites, and then this clean row planted right along the front, which just gives it that finished look. It's one of those designs that reminds you don't need a lot of decorations. Sometimes the plants themselves do all the work. Now I couldn't resist stopping for this little photo. There's just something about this time of year. Everything feels light and cheerful. Even the garden centers are full of personality and a few friendly faces along the way. Now this fountain with pots, this display also really caught my eye. It's just a simple circular bed with a fountain, but look how full and inviting it feels. All those soft colors layered together, pinks, yellows, purples. It almost feels like a living bouquet right in the ground. In this dog topiary. This is a great example of how one focal point can completely change a garden. The topiary draws your eye first, and then the flowers around it just support the whole look. And then this mannequin. This one really stopped me in my tracks. It's such a creative display, almost like spring has come to life. You've got this beautiful figure dressed in greenery, surrounded by all these bright petunias, and then those little details like the butterflies and citrus that just brings the whole thing together. It's playful, but still feels natural. And this bunny in the pot is such a great example of how just one container can become a focal point. You've got the fullness of the flowers, and then that one little addition, the bunny, and suddenly it feels like a seasonal display. So after seeing all that inspiration at the nursery, I bought some plants and came home and looked at my own garden a little differently. Not as something that needed a lot of work, but just a few simple touches. So I started right here in the window box of my garden shed and planted these bright yellow marigolds, and then just added this simple little concrete duck figure that I had. And then in this urn, I filled it with these petunias. I love the soft pinks and yellows together. They just feel like spring. Now in the flower beds, I added some dianthus, just tucked them here or there. Now these dianthus will come back year after year. I've had really good luck with dianthus in my gardens. You don't have to fill every space. Just a few clusters can make a big difference. What I've learned over the years is this: you don't need a cart full of decorations. Sometimes just a few plants and simple touches here and there. And suddenly it starts to feel like the whole new season. So after getting inspired at the nursery, I thought, why not have a little fun with it? So I actually uploaded a picture and asked ChatGPT to help me come up with a few ideas for adding a little spring and Easter feel to my garden. And this is what it came up with, which I think looks really nice, and I'm going to add some of that into the space. So if you're someone who likes to just add a few extra touches, I thought I'd share a few simple things that you could add to your own garden. These are just easy pieces, things that don't take a lot of effort, but can really make your space feel a little more like spring. A simple wreath for your door, maybe with a little Easter detail. a bouquet of tulips, whether they're real or faux, a small Easter sign just tucked into a pot or near a garden bed, a basket with a few plastic eggs, and even something as simple as a ribbon that you can tie around a pot or a watering can or on your wreath. Or the watering can itself, which can be both practical and a part of your display. But here's the thing, you don't need all this. Even just one or two of these touches can make your garden feel like the season. I'll link a few of these below if you want to take a look. But most of what I used came from things I already had and a few plants I bought while I was at Select Growers. So as you can see, you don't really need a lot to make your garden feel like spring. A few flowers, a couple simple touches, and just using what you already have. This time of the year just has a way of making everything feel fresh again, and the garden is such a simple place to enjoy that. So if you've been thinking about doing something a little extra in your garden, let this be your sign to go ahead and do it. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just start with one little corner and let it grow from there. And if you enjoyed this video, I'd love to have you subscribe or share the video. Until next time, from seed to soul, happy Easter.